How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. I really wanted to thank you for being here with me today to do this interview, and I really appreciate you giving up your time on a weekend, so thank you very much. I scheduled this interview, this meeting with you because I think that you'd really benefit in school from me creating a talent development plan for you. Do you know what a talent development plan is? No? Okay. So a talent development plan is an individualized plan that I would create just for you, and it would provide you with opportunities to identify your interests and your talents and to kind of explore those further. Does that sound something like you'd be interested in having? Yeah, good. Awesome. Before I can create this plan, though, that's specifically for you, I need a little bit of information so I kind of know what you're interested in, what you're good at, and things like that. Would it be okay if I asked you a couple of questions? Okay. Paper. Okay, so you're in 6th grade, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, what school do you go to?
Marsh Creek 6th grade center.
Okay, Marsh Creek 6th grade center. So now all the 6th graders in your district are in that school, right?
Yep.
How do you like that?
It's cool.
Yeah. What's your class like? Are you in a team, or how does that work?
We're on a team,
Mm-hmm.
and then there are groups. There are 4 teams
Mm-hmm.
on one house.
Oh,
and there
okay.
are 8 teams. So.
Okay, so there are 2 houses then in your school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the name of your house?
The Blue House.
The Blue House? Okay. Does each team have a name too?
Yeah, they have letter names.
Oh, okay.
So I'm on the H team.
So you're on the H team. Okay, very good. Do you know how many kids are in your class?
About 24.
24
like
kids? Okay. Do you have one teacher, or do you have a different teacher for math and for language arts?
We have a different teacher for each period.
Okay, different teacher for each period. Who's your favorite?
Well, actually, we have the same teacher for a couple of periods, but we switch for different periods. We switch classes every period.
Okay, so do you have the same teacher who does English and?
There are 2 language arts teachers and 1 math teacher, and they have 2 social studies teachers and 2 science teachers.
Oh, okay, very good. Okay, so thank you for answering those questions for me about your school. I do have a couple more. Is it okay if I ask them to you? Okay. So do you feel like you can work independently, meaning, by yourself, for long periods of time? Yeah, would you say almost always?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's great. And do you feel like you can work in an environment where you don't have a lot of structure, meaning that you have more choice? The teacher doesn't tell you exactly how you have to do something? Yeah, again, you'd say almost always? Okay. And what kinds of activities would you say you're most interested in? Can you tell me a couple of those?
Newspaper club, student council, and band class.
Okay. So what do you do in newspaper club?
I write articles.
Okay, and for a school newspaper?
Yeah.
Yeah? How often would you say that newspaper comes out? Is it every month?
It's every month.
Oh, okay, very nice. What kind of articles have you written? What have you written about?
I wrote a Star Wars article about the new Star Wars movie.
Really? Are you excited for the new Star Wars movie? When does it come out? It comes out in a couple weeks, right? Very cool.
December 17th or 18th.
Okay. Are you going to go see it the day it comes out?
It's already sold out for the first weekend.
The first weekend? Wow. So, but right after that, right, you're going to go see it. Mm-hmm. That's great. And for student council, you're a representative for your team? Okay. How many students are in student council? Do you know?
There are 3 representatives per team.
Oh, okay. So a lot of kids are in student council. Yeah. What kinds of stuff do you talk about in student council?
We have dress down Fridays where they're like spirit days, so we vote on which spirit days we want.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very neat. And you said you do band also.
Yeah.
And you play the drums, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And didn't you do the honors band last year?
Uh-huh.
Tell me a little bit about that. How did that work?
That's a band class for more gifted band students. And then each there's an elementary kid school group, and that honors band played some songs, and then the middle school honors band played, and then the high school honors band played.
Okay.
And we got to watch the middle school and high school honors band play.
Okay, very nice, very nice. And you do piano lessons also, right? Do you like the piano or the drums better?
I like the drums better.
The drums better, yeah. And you do Boy Scouts too, don't you? What's your favorite thing about Boy Scouts? What do you like to do?
I like going on campouts.
Okay. How often do you go on campouts?
There are mostly about 2 campouts per month, maybe.
Oh, okay. Do you go on all of them? No, not on all of them. Seems like it would be a lot.
Because sometimes we're busy.
Yeah. Yeah. But that does sound like a lot of fun. How many other boys are in your troop with you?
We have a larger troop than other troops, so maybe there are like 50 kids.
Oh, wow.
So.
Wow, that's a lot of people. That's really neat, though. Okay, well, thank you for answering these questions for me. I have a couple of surveys. Would it be okay if you filled them out for me?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. This first survey asks about how you feel about being gifted and how you think other people might feel about being gifted. Okay. So there are some statements here. And if you agree with them, if you think they apply to you, if you could just put a check here in this column. If you disagree, if you think they don't apply to you, if you could just put a check in the disagree column, that would really be great. Okay, so let me give you your pen. Okay, so thanks so much for filling that out for me. That's really, really helpful.
Okay. Hold on.
Well, we'll find out when we unpack. If I have the eggs and bread.
Okay, thank you so much. This is going to be really helpful when I'm coming up with a plan for you. So I'm going to read this over, I'm going to score this, and I'm going to use this information in the plan.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. And we've just got one more. Is that okay if we do that one? Okay. This one talks about what you're interested in. So there are a series of activities here, and it continues on to this page and then a little bit onto this page.
Okay.
So if you could just circle the numbers that say how interested you are in this. So if you circle a 1, that means you're not really interested in this activity at all. And if you circle a 5, you're very, very interested. So if you could just circle those for me, that would be great. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Can you tell me about some of the activities that you said you were very interested in that you separated to 5?
Interested in computer stuff and recording and editing videos.
Oh, very neat. Do you like to do that on your iPad or on the computer?
On the iPad.
On the iPad? That's really, do you use iMovie or? Yeah, that's a neat program. That's really cool. Anything with music? Did you select stuff about music? Yeah. Okay, very cool. How about stuff you weren't very interested in that you selected a 1 for?
Painting and making clay models, but I did like the drawing pictures.
Okay, so drawing, just no sculptures and no painting. Okay, that's very interesting. That's really good to know. All right, thank you. So I'm going to use these 2 surveys. I also have a survey that I filled out about some of my observations that I'm going to use, if that's okay. And I'm going to use some test scores that I have from you that you took in the past. And I'm going to use all of that. I'm going to make a really good plan for you that I think is going to be really helpful for you. So once I do that, we'll schedule another meeting and I'll come back and I'll talk about it with you and we'll see how you like it. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much for helping me today. Okay, I'll see you really soon. Okay. Hi, Elliot. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. Would you like to hear some of the recommendations I have for you?
Sure.
Okay, great. So here's a copy of the whole thing of the recommendations I have for you, and I'm going to give a copy to your mom and your dad too, and I'm going to talk about it with them so they kind of know what we talk about and the recommendations that I have. But my first recommendation is that for next semester, so after winter break and starting for the 3rd marking period, that we're going to switch your team at school. And we're going to switch your team to one that has other gifted students that are in your grade. And so what'll happen is in this other team, there's going to be between 5 and 8 gifted students, and you'll be one of them. And so this is going to help you because your teacher would be, trained to work with the gifted students, and so that it would help you learn in the best way that you possibly could. You'd have opportunities to learn that are best suited for you, and you would have more opportunities to be creative, and the teachers would know best how to teach you. Okay, also I think that you've shown a lot of interest in music. You talked about that with me. You showed me in the surveys that you took. So I think also next semester it might be a good idea for you to take the Introduction to Music Theory course. It's only for half a year. And you get to learn a little bit about writing music and to listen to music and learn some music appreciation. Do you think you'd like to take that course? The music appreciation, the intro to music theory. Okay, that sounds good. You also mentioned in the survey that you like to do role play and you like to perform skits. So I thought it might be a fun opportunity for you to do the school musical in the spring. If you wanted to act, you could. Or if you wanted to be in the pit orchestra with the drums, that might be a good idea for you to do too. Do you think you might want to do one of those too?
Yep.
Yep, good. That's awesome. And you also said that you like making movies and editing movies. So I thought maybe you would like to do the audio visual club. It's a club after school, and they record the announcements that are broadcast every day during homeroom. And I thought it might be a good idea for you to help make and help edit the videos for them. Do you think you'd like to do that?
Yep.
Oh, great. Also, and the last kind of recommendation I have for you is that you would get taken out of class a couple of times a week to come to the gifted classroom to be with me and the other gifted students in your grade. And we'll have lots of fun in there, and we'll do activities that are tailored a lot of times specifically just for you. So, for example, we spend some time learning about feelings and emotions and how to express them in creative ways, like through music and acting and creative writing and things like this, and how to focus on positive things and not dwell on anything that's negative. And we also read books and watch movies that have gifted characters, so you can relate to them. and things like that. We also go over strategies to make sure that all your assignments get done on time, because when you're gifted, in the gifted program, you have a lot of assignments and a lot of due dates to keep track of. So we'll go over how to make sure that all of the assignments get done on time, you're doing well in your classes, things like that. Also, we will take some opportunity to think about jobs that you might want to pursue in the future, what your career might be someday based on your interests and things. And you'll even be able to go and shadow people out in the community. And lastly, we'll do service learning, where we get involved with learning about organizations in the community, and how to help them. And lastly, we will study other cultures to see what life is like for other people your age around the world. Do you think you'd like to participate in these gifted sessions? Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to discuss this with your parents and your counselor and your principal, and we'll go ahead and get this all set up for you. So I'm really looking forward to working with you more this year. So thank you so much for meeting with me and taking the time.